Here's another lie the insurance company will tell you. They sometimes call this the open and obvious defense. So we typically see this defense in a dangerous condition case, where you've got somebody who has either on their property they've got a dangerous condition that can cause harm. Sometimes we'll see this, there might be a large gap in the floor where people can fall through. Maybe they have substances on their floor that are slippery that are going to cause someone walking by to slip and fall and injure themselves seriously. Now, a property owner has a responsibility to be reasonable in making sure that their property is safe. We see this in supermarkets. They have a duty to make sure that their store is reasonably safe. Any property owner has that same responsibility. But what happens, they like to throw this back and always blame somebody else. They will always blame, if you happen to get hurt because of somebody's property, because they didn't maintain it properly, they're going to say it was your fault. They may say, oh, there's no way we could have known about it. And sometimes they'll say, oh, this condition was open and obvious, and we shouldn't be responsible because you should have seen it and you should have noticed it. And here's why that defense is really a lie. When you're in a store, for example, you're not there to inspect the floors and look out and say, I'm going to look down at the floor and look for hazards. You're there with a shopping cart that's blocking your view of the store. You're looking at the merchandise. You're invited into that store because they want you to spend money. And you're going to spend money if you're looking at the merchandise. And so these stores know this. They know that people are not staring down at the floor, but still, they're going to try and blame you because you didn't see something on the floor that you weren't expecting to see. Now, if it's so open and obvious, well, why didn't the store see it? We also see this in other cases. Maybe it's a sidewalk in front of a business and they've got huge cracks and gaps in the sidewalk where people can trip. They're going to use the same defense. They're going to say, oh, well, this was open and obvious. You should have seen it. Just because you could have seen it didn't mean you did see it. When we walk, we have an expectation that the ground's going to be safe. We have an expectation that people are going to take care of their property. We're not on the lookout where we're just walking very carefully looking out for hazards. It's a little different if you're out hiking on rough terrain. You're going to have a different approach than you do when you're walking on a sidewalk or walking in a store. So that's why when they throw out this open and obvious defense, we always throw it right back at them. If it's so open and obvious, why didn't you fix it?